That's the second time he try to be obnoxious.
Oh, death. Become my blade once more.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy, the Fice, back at it with another video. But if it's your first time here, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you guys think. Last but not least, we don't have YouTube monetization, so if you want to support the channel, check out that YouTube description below. We have a Patreon link, and we also have an Etsy storefront link. We have coffee mugs and t-shirts and more things our way. Also, follow on Twitch if you want to see when we stream live. Join us on Discord, and obviously, like we said, subscribe on YouTube. We're doing some Elden Ring. Let's get into this content. That's the last time you're going to hear a promo. Just had to get that out of the way really quick. But yeah, let's get into it. Hey guys, so before we get this guide started, there are like 3 things that I want to mention because honestly, you guys probably know it if you're looking at this video. This is a very frustrating fight. And this fight is frustrating mainly because of a few things outside the fight itself that I'm going to voice, because this game actually still has bugs, and I'm going to tell you some of the things that we encountered while we were fighting it. So the first thing is, I'm going to show a really quick clip here, is if you get to phase 2 and you basically die, when you go back to the fireplace, because the boss has like a move where basically he stops your maximum HP cap, like he reduces it. When you respawn at the fireplace, you don't respawn with all your health. That was like a huge frustrating thing, because when I would do the boss fight, I would enter the fight again and I wouldn't have health. So that's one thing I wanted to voice. So guys, if you're dealing with this fight and this bug still isn't patched, definitely be sure to check your HP so you are able to fight in the best condition there. The other part of the fight that was really annoying was the targeting system. Because this boss moves around from pillar to pillar, the targeting system, and even if you use the pillars to heal yourself, which you're going to use it in the strat, there's potential chance that you're going to lose the targeting. I think the game needs to get fixed in the sense where the auto targeting needs to be permanent when you're doing a boss battle. It just needs to be a little more intelligent, but that's a separate topic. And the last thing that that was really annoying in this fight is that when you spawn back at the fireplace, with the load time that already takes like maybe 10 to 20 seconds, depending on how fast your computer or console is, it takes like 40 seconds to just travel back to go fight him again. So it takes like a minute. Those were the 3 things that were frustrating. I wanted to talk about those things. Let me know in the comments below if you guys deal with those frustrations as well. Let's discuss the talismans right now. So obviously a favorite of mine. This is a fan favorite. I love the turtle talisman just because of the stamina recovery. It's going to be really good because this guy in beast clergy mode is going to be doing a lot of rapid attacks, and if you wanted to stay close to him consistently, I mean, it's good for your blocking. So I definitely do recommend using Turtle Talisman. It's never a bad idea. I highly suggest Pearl Drake for the non-damage mitigation, because in phase 2, he's going to be doing a lot of this black fire wave attack type stuff. And if you get hit by his weapon, it's going to start you're going to lose more HP from draining there. So that's why we're going to be going with Pearl Drake. And the last thing I'm going to say is either you can use any type of talisman that increases your equip load, essentially. So Erdtree's Favor is really nice, and also a fallback is Arsenal Charm. If you kind of see the fight, you'll see the fight while we're doing it. I'm using the Beast Armor. If I recall correctly, I think the Beast Armor you get over here in the same area, but you basically, instead of going on the bridge to go fight the boss, you go in the opposite direction. And if you go in the opposite direction, you fight the dude from the Volcano Manor place, and you eventually will get that armor from him. It is a little heavy to wear, but it does increase a lot of protection. So that's why I suggested the equip load talismans to actually use this, so it could be to your benefit, so on and so forth. Now for the fourth talisman, this is kind of like a little wishy-washy because my assumption is that it is flame, but I don't 100% know on this, guys, but I did use the flame drake talisman on this. If you wanted to use something else for more survivability, you can. So I'm gonna leave the fourth talisman up to you on what you guys suggest here. If you want to use the max HP talisman, because he will reduce your max HP, so trying to get it as much as possible might not be a bad idea, or something else that can be to your benefit. But I used the flame drake just to see if it would mitigate the fire damage, because it looks like fire. It's just this game really isn't, on some of these fights, doesn't show you what is really straightforward on the type of damage on something. So yeah, that's why I went with that. So let's start talking about phase 1. So as phase 1, you're going to be facing him as the beast clergyman. Obviously we met him in the bestial sanctuary, and he's going to have a few attacks that we're going to have to focus on. So like the first is, obviously he's going to be dealing with a lot of barrage attacks. You're going to kind of just ignore these, because these aren't going to be your opportune moments to get some damage in. The first ones that I'm going to talk about are the attacks where he raises his hand all the way up above his head and then slams down. So I'm going to just call them like raising slam attacks. He has 2 of them. The first one is when he uses his dagger. So if he just raises his hand and slams down the dagger, that's the only attack you need to worry about. So you can roll that and get a quick hit in. So that is pretty straightforward. Now, when he's raising his other hand, so it's really mindful to see on which hand he's raising. So if he's raising his open palm one, the one without the dagger, he's going to lift it off the ground and then do a AoE bestial roar, not bestial roar, but a bestial slash AoE attack. What I do is usually I roll an attack, but what you can do is you can roll the ground pound. You can roll the pound when he puts the fist down, attack, and then when he raises it up to do the slash, you can roll again and attack. I just do one attack to play it safe, because my weapon's kind of, you have to swing it heavy. If you use a lighter weapon, you can do this a little more simpler, but you can do this with my current weapon. I've done it a few times successfully. It's inconsistent, so that's why I only just go for the one attack and then I call it a day. After that, he usually just does his side jump pebble throw, so you'll be expecting that, so you can just roll that out of the way, and if you roll close enough, you can do a swipe attack on that. So that's pretty much it for that part of those attacks. So those are the 2 important ones where he raises his hands up. Now we're going to talk about the pebble or the rock throws. I'm going to call him pebble throws because he actually throws a big rock, so I'm distinguishing him like that while we talk about it. So the first type of rock throw is one where he kind of pauses, and if you look at his arm, it's like he's flexing his bicep, like he's a bodybuilder or something. When you see him kind of like hold his arm, like kind of flexing it into his chest, he's gonna delay a bit. So you're gonna wait before you actually roll to avoid this attack. And once you do that, you can roll, do a slash, and get a quick attack there. You can do an attack on every time he does a pebble throw if you're close enough. And the other cool thing about it is, if you hypothetically just wanted to block, you will get chip damage, but you can attack right after to get that extra hit in. So it depends on how you want to go about it. I'm trying to remember if I did counter parries successfully. Counter parries, you can actually do them a little quicker, so I think they are successful. But yeah, those are some of the things you can do with the pebble throws. You could actually, if you're close enough, just hold the block if you didn't get to roll, and then just go for a slash right after. So there's going to be 3 attempts where you can actually get those attacks in. So let's talk about the other one. The other one is where he's going to side jump and throw it, and he does that really quickly. So just be mindful when he side jumps that if he looks like he's going to grab something off the ground, get ready to throw, to roll to avoid the throwing of the pebbles. And then the last one, he doesn't actually do any type of side jump. It's the same way as the side, but he just throws it. So that's pretty much it for the pebble throws. But like I said, if you're blocking them and you're close, you can literally just attack right after, get one hit in. The next attack is the rock throw. So if you're far away for a decent amount of time, he actually will go to the ground, pick up a big rock, and throw it at you. If you're close enough, that move, it successfully happened a few times where I was able to just do some attacks without needing to roll. But I like playing it safe, guys, and you probably should too. So because you want to save your health for phase 2. So what I would suggest is when you see him do the rock throw, just get ready to roll when he throws that rock and get a quick slash in, and then that's pretty much it. Now, the last attack I want to talk about is there's this attack where he slams his dagger on the side of him and then he swipes and brings it up. Now, if you are sidestepping to the opposite side of his body, if you are literally horizontal, 90 degrees from him, you can get 2 shots in with a heavy weapon without taking any repercussion or damage. So this will be amazing for you to get some damage in. So it's going to be really good to kind of take those opportunities when you see him do this attack. If worst case scenario, you'll get 1 attack in and it still will be good. So that is an important piece to remember. And the last piece of the strategy, this is super important. You're going to see me do this while you see me in my frustration with because of those 3 things I mentioned up top that it just took so long to restart the fight. Basically, before phase 2, aka before he hits that 50% mark, you're gonna want to get one of your ghost pets out. So I'm using the marionettes for bows and arrows. They travel really slow, but they can shoot everywhere, and they shoot like pretty repeatedly, so I like them. You can use whoever you want, whether sorcerer, whatever whatever you have at your disposal. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to, before phase 1 finishes and you drain his HP, go behind a pillar somewhere in the center and summon them. And you're going to want to summon them around the center by the pillar, so when the second phase starts, they'll be straight into the fight, because you don't want to summon them by the door entrance, because it's actually a pretty big arena and it'll take a while for them to get there. My marionettes literally travel like 0.5 miles an hour, so I needed to place them like it's literally like placing a turret, so I had to place them close enough so basically they will provide some distraction but also do some damage in the process. So it's going to be really good for us. And that's pretty much it for phase 1. Then you're going to kill him and then go straight into phase 2. So in phase 2, he changes from the Beast Clergyman into Malekith the Black Blade. Now, this is a really amazing this is a really amazing looking character. So cool. In this phase, if he catches you with his fire attacks, like his black flames or whatever, they will reduce your max HP, so your bar will shrink, and it will eventually go back to being big. I don't know what the condition is for going back to normal, whether you have to hit him for it to go back to normal or if it just does it over time. I noticed when I hit him at one point, I was like, oh, my health went back to normal, but I didn't see the consistency on it. So I don't know the full criteria, but eventually your HP will go back to normal. But every time he hits you with that, it's gonna reduce your HP. So you're gonna want to be topped off. And also, the one thing I did want to mention, guys, is before phase 1 finishes, make sure you're also topped off on your HP, because you're going to want to be aggressive at this point. So, like I said, summon the pets, then heal yourself, and then go into phase 2 by, draining him to 50%. And as soon as phase 2 starts, he's going to do the same consistent jump attack. So this is your chance to actually get like a quick shot or 2 in. So it's really important that you utilize this. So use it however you want, whether you want to do a jump attack, like once you evade it, so on and so forth. But he's always going to jump forward and try to attack you, and it's going to be pretty consistent. So you can just kind of go under him. So there's that part right there. So let's talk about one of the attacks that he kind of does. So there is an attack where he's still going to be kind of prone to the ground, because he kind of is like a, like a panther kind of thing. But he does this overhead slash, but he's still prone to the ground. You're going to be able to get a free shot in here. So you're going to definitely want to be on the lookout for this. There is going to be one attack where he will also slam his sword down to the ground and do an explosion and jump back. Now, the jump distance that he does after the sword explosion is actually really consistent. And so this kind of works in our favor. So I wasn't able to do it in this run example, but I've done it in other runs where, because you see him doing the explosion, you can actually start running to the predestined location on when the explosion happens and he jumps back. If you time it right, you can get 2 hits in, because you'll get the first hit while he's coming down and then the second hit. But you'll definitely get at least 1 hit guaranteed just by doing this if you're using a heavy weapon. Now, there's this one annoying attack that I did want to voice, and it's basically where he goes up in the air and he fires 3 wave blade slashes, and then he dives in for the 4th hit. This is a very frustrating attack for this match, because this is basically a make or break. If he hits you with any of those AoE range attacks, just by blocking those, you're just going to start losing HP from just touching that. So you're gonna not want to block these at all. You're gonna want to do a full evasion. So there's 2 ways that you can evade these, and I'm gonna tell you the first way and I'm gonna tell you the second way, which I prefer. So the first way is you can do 4 roll attacks. Yeah, it's if you can time it right, because he does do some delay on this, then go for it. But the second preferred option, and the safer option, is you can actually go behind the pillar and avoid the first 3 projectiles, because they won't go through the wall. His 4th attack, where he'll slash through, he will go through the wall. So as long as you're able to angle the camera where you can see him constantly hopping around, you'll be able to time the 4th hit to do a roll, and he does it fairly quickly, so you'll be able to evade the last hit with the roll. Simple. So instead of doing 4 roll attacks, which is going to be a lot of higher risk, you'll just need to evade the last hit, which is 1 roll, and you'll be safe there. The other thing I do want to mention, guys, is if you're going to do any form of healing, definitely go behind the pillar. But if you're going to go behind the pillar, try to be at least, like, I don't know, maybe 8 feet away from the pillar. Go a distance, because there's some AoE attacks, like the next one I'm going to mention, where he can actually hit you. And I'm actually going to show it because it frustrated me in this fight, because I was like, oh my God, I'm trying to heal. Like, what's going on? So, you know, do what I say, not what I do, because in this fight, it was like, I've done it good in other examples, but I want to show you the actual clean run that I did. So basically, just play it back when you need to heal from the pillars, and get that heal in or whatever. Else, I mean, he's gonna hit you and you're gonna have to reheal and stuff like that. So it's something that you can slightly avoid, but sometimes if he's rushing the scenario, you might need to just pop it, but just make sure you're behind the pillar. That's the 2 conditions: be behind the pillar and be far enough. But if you can only be behind the pillar at the time, that's it. So there is one attack where then he brings the sword down and does this AoE rapid fire around him kind of thing. That's one attack you're just going to want to completely avoid, guys. You're going to want to play it back. Don't try to go in for any hits. I didn't go for any hits on that. It just didn't look like a good opportune moment. And his recovery was pretty decent. And usually if you're like around that area, you're going to be blocking, and then he's going to guard break you. So just avoid that attack at all costs when you see it starting to happen. And you'll kind of see in this playthrough what it kind of looks like. The other attack that he does that I kind of avoid, I mean, it's not a guarantee that you can get a hit, is he does these 2 horizontal sweeps. Sometimes I roll them just out of natural instinct or whatever, and like he doesn't get to hit me on the second one because I'm too close, but sometimes it bugs out and I get hit by the second one. So it's a very wishy-washy attack that it's just not something that you're going to want to see for an opportune moment. So just wait it out and be patient. If you can get a hit in, go for it. Now, this next attack is similar to the very first attack that we kind of talked about, where he will stand up on his hind legs instead of being prone, and he'll do a vertical slam down slash. This is a good time to get 1 to 2 hits in. So definitely be mindful of this, guys, because this will be your opportune moment to try to get as much damage as you possibly can. And it's very slow and safe. And that's pretty much it for the fight, guys. I hope I was able to give a little bit of insight of some of the things to do, kind of like I mentioned before. So like just to kind of sum up phase 2 a little bit, because it is the complicated part of the match. Is, you know, before phase 1 finishes, you're gonna heal yourself topped off. You're gonna bring out whatever pets you have available, and then just you know, hit the boss to go into phase 2. And then with phase 2, he's gonna do a consistent jump attack. You're gonna be able to get an attack in or two, and then you're gonna also have your other pets being able to do some damage to distract them a bit. So there'll be some opportunities potentially where you can hit them from behind. I highly suggest using ranged characters, because you don't want to have like anything like the wolves, because they're going to be moving way too frequently and he will inadvertently try to hit you. So it would be good to have some type of ranged character where they're in a fixed location, and you can just kind of get ready to get behind him. So then you could get one hit, then wait patiently, get one hit, wait patiently. In my strategy, I wasn't able to do this for this fight, but like in other attempts I was able to do it, and it was super useful to have them. So highly suggest having some you know, some kind of free range characters that you have available, whether you have the sorceresses, the marionettes, whoever you have available that can do some range attacks. Those would be the optimal ones to go for. And then after that, just follow the strategy in regards to where you get these extra attacks, how you can avoid some of the damaging, scary ones that can do stuff. There are various versions of the wave. When he jumps in the air and he throws the waves, sometimes he just throws one, sometimes he throws two, and does the slam down with like a AoE, not explosion per se, but like a AoE wave small explosion thing. But it's not like the one where he jumps back and you can kind of go there. So yeah, I hope this gave some insight, guys. Check out the video and let me know what you guys think. The wind got you. We believe you in believe in you, Fice. We're gonna get this. We're gonna fucking get this, but it's gonna take a bit. We're gonna probably get it now. Gotta roll forward. Dagger. Hit once. Chill out. Rolling. Rolling. Hitting. Rolling again. Come on. Magneto bullshit. I'm so far away. How? Look how much HP we have. Watch on phase 2. Watch on phase 2. Rolling, getting that hit. Rolling. Okay, there we go. Oh, we're getting 2 hits on this. Fuck that. Rolling. He's fighting way too far over here. Hitting that after throwing rocks. Hitting again after throwing rocks. Dagger drop, hitting once. Shockwave, rolling, hitting. There we go. Rolling. I'm gonna get one heal in. And we're gonna go here. We're gonna summon these. This guy needs to chill out. We're gonna summon these dudes. Hitting. Shockwave hitting. Oh, we got this. Going straight into it. There we go. No, I'm going for him. Shit. He's fucking just moving way too much towards them. Come on. One. There we go. Got him. One, two. Shit. He's doing the thing. What? Oh, God. I need to heal. One, two, three. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. I'm just trying to heal. I'm just trying to heal. And this auto target disappearing is bullshit. He's in a pop pack. He's in a pop pack. Hit him. Oh my God. One more hit. One more hit. While they had auto target away from us. We dealt with all the stuff. Remembrance of the Black Blade. Whew.
The rune of death is unbound. And the lands between are shrouded by death's dark fate. But the flames will also burn the impenetrable thorns. You'll be Elden Lord yet.
Yeah, phase 1 was easy. Phase 2, he goes for the attack right off the bat, so you can kind of anticipate at least getting 2 free hits. The jumping, like when he starts throwing those blades, I mean, you kind of have to roll all 4. You have to roll all 4. And then you can go for an attack on that. But everything else after that kind of becomes a little RNG-ish. Planting the mannequin prior. you know, before phase 1 finishes, that really helps. Or any type of pet that can do range. Lendell Ashen Capital. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, if this is your first time here and you're watching from YouTube, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you ever come to Twitch, definitely be sure to hit that follow button. Come join us on Discord. The link is below in the YouTube description. Also, last but not least, I want to say major shout outs to the sponsors. If you guys also wanted to financially support the stream, definitely be sure to check out that YouTube description below. There is a Patreon link. And if you can't support financially, don't worry guys, there's other ways you can actually show support. That's getting the word out, sharing the content, letting friends and loved ones know about this this channel. Tell them to come and hang out. Come join us on Discord. You will not regret it. It's the best community / family ever. It says it right there on the freaking board. Yo, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you guys next time. Let me know in the comments below what you would like to see next, what you think about the video, and so on. I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.